Cool. In this video, we are going to go over some easy ways, or a easy way, to grind out ancient PAL manuscripts, because we all need them to unlock all the research stuff. Every single research we use needs this ancient PAL manuscript, and it actually costs quite a lot. Like, you're talking the lower on the train you go, the higher the cost. So you got like 70 on average for the lowest ones, and it can take some time. But in this video, I'm going to show you an easy way to actually get these without using too many pals. So we all know the main way to do it is to actually go through your dungeon or your expeditions. And these expeditions have a low risk to high risk, and they give you different parts as you go through, the different items as you go through, depending on the highest condition to lowest condition. But every single one gives you ancient PAL manuscripts. So if you're not grinding out for specific items on these specific different areas, you can actually just go straight to the lowest one, because they give you the ancient PAL manuscripts. This is where it gets fun. As you go onto this one, you can see the actual firepower for these pals. They dramatically increase, not by level. Even though if you have a max level pal, they actually go up a little bit, but they don't actually go up a substantial amount. Like level 80 is only 3,000 power, which really isn't a lot, since you need 25,000 power to get the minimum of 100% reward. So what we do is we're actually going to use like 5 pals, and you can see these are 60,000 power each. And I just use land bells as an example. You can use pretty much anyone, but land bells are just, they're like one of the first things you capture. And as you can see, it's like 60,000 power. So the reason they're so high is two main reasons. So the main reason they're so high is they're 4-star, and because they're 4-star, they get a crazy buff. So even though potential does matter, if you have a higher potential, you get a higher score. You got 87 and 100 of potential on this one. But you can see I gave him just some normal basic skills. Probably emotional leader you can probably get rid of, but I just gave you the stuff you can actually just instantly add onto them. The passive skills, they do matter. They do seem to increase the player power, or the PAL power. But the main thing you really want is your pals want to be 4-star. You do get extra power by leveling them up, but you don't really need to level them to 80. There's about 3,000 power difference between the level 80s and what we got here. Yeah, so the level 80s and level 27s at 0 stars, both of them, there's about 3,000 power difference so far, what I've sort of worked out. But if you can knock out five of them at 4-star, and to do this, there's a super easy way. You actually only need to level 1 land bell up, or 1 pal up, to 4-star, and then you can actually max them all out to 4-star. And there's a method I can actually show you. There'll be a full breakdown guide in the video description below, but what it basically entails is you put one over to your pal box, and then once you've copied them from your pal box as a 5-star, you can then go and copy a level 1 or a level 24 of the same pal, and then use that pal, the level 80 pal, to actually condense into a 4-star. But then after you condensed it, you can then go and load up your pal that you saved in a pal box, and you can basically just copy over the pal again, so you have 2 4-stars. See, this one's level 18, this is 4-star as well. And if you need, for example, you need to get them, you can actually just load them up whenever you want. So yeah, it's a really easy method. I'll leave the video link in the video description below to do that. But once you have got your pals, and once you need to put them in your power box as well, by the way, make sure you put them in the power box, because you can't get them out of your pie. So once you've got your pals, you go over to your expedition, and you'll only need these 5 pals to do it. And let's go to the lowest area, and we're going to use our 5 pals. And now we have 1000% reward. So that means we're going to get 1000% of whatever the reward is. So obviously we are just farming like one thing in this. We are literally just farming like the ancient pal manuscripts, and it only costs us 5 pals, and that gives us loads of extra room in our pal storage, and we don't have to use tons and tons of pals, and we can just use the 5 pals that we don't really use ever, and we can just stick with them and keep farming this one dungeon. And you can obviously have, I think it's like a an expedition in every single base you have. I think I'm pretty sure it's that, or 2 or 3 at least anyway. So you can do this multiple times with 5 pals, and these 5 pals are sheep. They go in there. You don't have to use sheep, but I use sheep just as an example. You can go in there and they're going to give you 1000% reward, and that's going to be absolute tons of ancient manuscripts. And obviously with the manuscripts, we can then go ancient pal manuscripts, we can go and research all the stuff. And by the way, just to let you guys know, if you research this skill tree, the one that gives you defense pals, defense of base pals, you can actually use that in raids as well, by the way, guys. So you see you got defense pals 2%, you get attack 2%. If you go down the skill tree on every skill tree and unlock all these, they actually work for your pal box. So that means that when you want to do like raids, for example, and you do this raid, go into the raid and then use the pals from your pal box, you actually do get a buff. So obviously it's very important for you to upgrade everything from your research centers, and especially the defensive pals and the attacker pals, as soon as you can, because that actually helps you in your raids. It actually buffs your raid pals coming from your pal box. But yeah, this is just a simple way to basically get 1000% from 5 pals and easily mine out them ancient pal manuscripts. Anyway, hope this has helped, guys. I'll leave a link in the video description below for the link to how you can actually only use 1 pal with 4 stars to get as many pals as you want 4 stars. And I'll show you this in an example right quick here. I actually done it here. If we go over here, as you can see, this is my raid team. Every single one was level 80, but I only used 1 Bellinor to actually get all these at level 80. And these are all level 80 now, and if I want to, I can increase their potential. This one's 100, 164. I can max them all out if I want to. And this is just a really easy way to get a raid team or to get an expedition team as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a link in the description below, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.